Morning, everybody. My question for you today is, are you bearing his likeness? Our verse is Romans 8:29. For those whom he foreknew, he also predestined to be conformed to the image of his Son, in order that he might be the firstborn among many brothers. Are you becoming more like Christ? How is your behavior mirroring his? Does the way you treat your body reflect what he would do? According to our verse, if you're a believer, you are chosen and known by God, and that means he is in the process of making you into his image, into the image of Christ. Are you more like Christ than you used to be? If you are, if you're growing and maturing, you should be. Make sure you don't try to get there on just your own strength, because obviously it is his plan and his will, and he will give you the strength to get there. Now, our recipe today is another salmon salad. This is version 2. And I'm actually going to make things a little bit different. You can either do cabbage or lettuce as the base. I'm actually going to mix things up a little bit and use some organic cabbage. And I'm going to just put that as a base, cup or two, about a cup probably. Cup and a half or so in the base of a container. And of course, this can be added. You're normally going to do this over a couple containers, but today I'm just going to make up one. So I'm just setting that aside. And then I'm going to start cleaning up a bunch of veggies and slicing them up here. So okay, we're going to use 4 stalks of organic celery. This is getting a little small, so I may grab some off of this other stalk to use as well. Add one more in here, maybe. Make sure we've got enough. Back out there. Okay, and let me go ahead and shift this, see if I can shift this down to where you can sort of see what I'm actually doing down below here. And rinsing them off, getting the dirt off. Most of the insides doesn't have a whole lot of stuff on them, but just to be on the safe side here, clean them up. Cut that down a little bit smaller than that is. Let me go ahead and move some of that over into the bowl I've got over here, just so we're not having that in our way. So we're cutting up fairly small, about 4 stalks, give or take. it all in the bowl. And this is going to make up enough for 2 different times what's in the bowl. So I will only put half of this on the cabbage mixture. Cut off a few bad places there. Probably using a little bit sharper knife on celery. All right, and then we're going to use about a half of an organic English cucumber. Do that to there. Take it off. Get it to where you can actually see what I'm doing a little better here. All right, and because this is an English cucumber, I'm not going to try to take the exterior off because it's actually not as hard as a traditional cucumber would be. But kind of pretty much cube it, cutting it lengthwise a few times, and then cutting it crossways. So you end up with chunks. And the other half. A little big, so I'll cut that a little bit smaller. Get this a little bit smaller so it's not super huge. That into here. Actually gonna just kind of mix this up a little bit with my hands, get those different veggies mixed in. All right, and then I'm going to add 6 organic cherry tomatoes. I'm going to cut these up a little bit smaller. Those I didn't have in the refrigerator. The tomatoes keep better outside. So I think I'll just half these, but the one really big one I had there, I went ahead and quartered. So it's pretty good size too. So I'll go ahead and quarter that one, make it a little bit smaller. We'll mix this all in with everything else. Okay, that's basically our veggies. some of the tomato down in further. Roughly. Okay. And now we are going to add, you can either do a salmon fillet. Sorry, that thing's being tippy here. Okay, you can either do a salmon fillet, or I'm going to go ahead and just use a can of wild caught Alaskan salmon. I use the no salt. Just draining the liquid off from the inside of here into the sink. Okay, pretty good. Grab a spoon and get kind of a few remaining little pieces that did come out. Most of it did though. Break this up smaller pieces. Obviously, if you use a fillet and you want to actually mix this in, serve it with the salad, you will need to let it cool first so that all your veggies don't get half cooked in the process. Okay, got that pretty good. And then of course, as I said previously, I've got a container with cabbage in the bottom. So I'm going to take part of this and stick this on top. There's a lot of veggies here, so I have more for multiple meals. Or you can serve multiple people, obviously. Okay, and then I have previously put together a dressing. It's a tablespoon of lemon juice, about a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, a tablespoon of distilled water, about half a teaspoon of thyme, and a couple sprigs of parsley. And I blended this up with my magic bullet and sort of see inside there. And I'm going to drizzle part of this over the top. I don't need to do all of it. Save some for the next time. And optionally, you can also top her off with a little sesame seed on top. So, I don't know how well you can see it in the camera, but there's our salmon salad version 2. So, come back next week for another verse and another salad recipe. I've got another one planned for next Tuesday at 8 a.m. Pacific time. So, see you next week.